So with the 60 meter band in the background with a high noise level, I finished building this white oak audio rather, control board for the phase linear power amp here. I got the covers off the transistors. Notice this has been worked on before. The one RCA and the rest of them are, well, I guess you'd call them the drivers. Or Motorola, I don't know. But they all check good. And this backplane board was a kit. It was almost as good as the Heath kit or better. Pretty much got the idea, except they put all the components of the same thing in the bag and tell you where they went. You just locate it on the board and, easy. Thought I lost a transistor, but I didn't. I was just going crazy. One of these TO220 guys. I put a little bit of heatsink grease on the heat sinks of these guys. They just snap on the plastic transistors. Never knew they had heat sinks for those, but I guess they do. And I'm not going to rush it. I got to go get a dim bulb. Well, I got to make a dim bulb. That's when you connect a Variac. I remember one of my so-called mentors, 9 out of 10 times I mentored him because he was wrong. He's a silent key now. Old Bob Burdett. I can't believe somebody is actually using his call sign. It was a vanity call sign. I'm not going to say it because the guy who has it is pretty much like Bob. um, so anyway. Okay, so the instructions are very good. And the guy, you email him, he emails you within a day. And this kit is very, I mean, they call it advanced, but it's really easy. And you can tell I do a good soldering job. Got a good soldering iron too. A cheapy Chinese, but this is the secret. This nice thin tip here. Bought two of them for like $14. This iron is awesome. I got it off of eBay. It was cheap for me to just buy two irons instead of replacing the tip on my other one. And I like these tips. So anyway, but I gotta install this on the amp and then put it through a dim bulb, probably 100 watts. I got to order it through Amazon. Believe it or not, they still sell incandescent bulbs in this crazy state I live in. Well, at least you can get it from Amazon. Well, I could try. If not, I think I have some 60 watt stupid little darn, what do you call it? They look like teardrop bulbs or whatever you call them. I may have a few incandescent ones because I converted all of them for my carriage lighting in the front. The carriage lights, I converted them all to LED. Instead of 60 watts a bulb, and there's 369. Do the math. I'm only burning a watt each, so again, do the math. But I should have kept one or two, and I think I got one or two in the garage. I gotta go look. But got to bring it up on the dim bulb, and what the dim bulb does, if there's any shorts, the bulb lights up, and it doesn't blow your amp or device up. And many people use it in conjunction with a Variac, or just without a Variac, But I'll follow this guy's instructions to the T. He designed this board. He did a very good design. I think he used a lot of film capacitors, which are good. He used Nichicon capacitors. And the phase linear amp is a phase linear 400 in Quasi-Comp. was all NPN transistors, and that's the revision. I made sure, it would work. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, I have the old board across the room. I'm not going to get it, but this thing is made so well, and that's the bias pot, so much better than what they had." I'm going to get some of these for the CB radios I have because I think that's the problem. Some of those old board pots went through age. But I forgot. Oh, I don't know nothing. I forgot that CB pros, and capacitors don't go bad. They only go bad in realistic junk. Well, well, that miscreant doesn't know shit. Capacitors go out. They dry up like he did. Anyway, enough of that shit. Capacitors age, they dry up. They go up in value. They become resistors. But anyway, yep, can't wait to get this going. But like I said, I'm taking my time. This board cost $169, but I tell you, it was worth it. The information and the design is just fantastic. I commend a guy. Oh, I got to put the chips in there. I didn't forget that. Little op amp chips. These test points were a pain in the butt, but hemostat solved that problem. Oh man, I'm glad I had those. Those are great for soldering. Anyway, more when I get this installed and test it and just the bias and all that. Like I said, these people, they're really good, and they have a Phoenix audio forum that is fantastic. Hooked up with an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen since 1981, 82, around there, from the ski lodge. Old bar I used to go to. That's who had this amplifier, this Phase Linear 400. To be honest with you, if I would have known it had this many quirks due to age, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have probably bought an AdCom amp. I got an AdCom preamp tuner. I got rid of the Phase Linear 4000 preamp. Too quirky for me. My realistic integrated amps were designed better. I mean, more on that later. Anyway, that's it. 7, almost 8 minutes of looking at a board. Take it easy. 73.